Okay, today's class is going to be on photography and video for online. How to stylize your pictures. So a photo is worth 1,000 words. Maksudnya kat sini, satu gambar tu boleh menceritakan pelbagai cerita. For example, this picture was captured by Amtali Patua Kali in Bangladesh, where it is a scene where a photographer captured a sewing machine after the heat of a cyclone. Maksudnya kat sini, lepas berlakunya putih beliung, bahasa Melayu dia, putih beliung dekat Bangladesh, ada seorang fotografer ni, dia nampak gambar ni, so dia capture. So if we look at this picture, we see it as something, it has many stories to tell. And this picture by Steve McCurry, it was famous during this year 1992, where Sharbat Gula was one of the students in an informal school within the refugee camp. She was approximately 12 years old at the time. She made it on the cover of the National Geographic next year, and her identity was discovered in 1992. So basically, fotografer ni dia pergi dekat refugee camp ni, lepas tu dia randomly shot a picture of this girl. Dan muka ni telah menjadi cover photo for National Geographic. If you know, National Geographic is something big. So part of being a journalist is to be random, to capture a lot of pictures. And this picture, it is a picture of a starving boy and missionary. So if you look at the picture, nampak tangan kecil yang halus tu kerana dia kurang makan. It was taken by Mike Wells, United Kingdom, in Uganda in the 1980s. So basically this picture, the guy menang pertandingan. He never entered the competition, but somebody else gave the picture to the competition and he won. And he was against winning prizes. Sebabnya dia tak nak terima hadiah ni, dia rasa tidak betul untuk dia terima hadiah kerana orang tu tengah lapar, sedih, mati semua. Tetapi dia dapat benefit from his picture. So being a journalist, we are here to tell stories, but sometimes it is unethical for us to terima apa-apa incentive from it, especially when it's something yang sedih lah. I'm sure this guy, nama apa budak ni saya terlupa, budak Terengganu. So this boy, he made headlines beberapa tahun yang lepas. So basically, he is from Terengganu and his picture was sent to a couple of competitions around the world dan dia menang banyak hadiah. Gambar dia ni menunjukkan satu closeness with buffaloes ataupun kerbau, and it's a picture of showing something emotional, something deeply attached. Okay, so in journalism, you need a really good camera, or if you really know how to edit your pictures, you can use your phone. Okay, the things you need to have a good picture is backdrop sets. So if you look at this picture, this girl, dia letak latar belakang warna light pink ni, so dia macam it has some sort of spacing. So this will come in handy later. Or you might want to do a floral backdrop, something like this. And if you look closely, use pointer option. Okay, here, lighting. So to have a really good picture captured, you need a really good lighting or another backdrop setting. It's called a backdrop setting or a background setting. And to have the picture more lively, a prop is needed. So prop ni is a portable object used on the set of a play or a film. Dia adalah objek yang digunakan untuk memeriahkan lagi korang punya gambar ataupun video yang korang nak buat tu. So, seperti saya maklumkan tadi, lighting ni will make a lot of difference, di mana cahaya tu akan membantu gambar untuk nampak apa-apa yang diperlukan. Again, walaupun dia duduk outdoor, this photographer knows that lighting is important, so he uses this. I noticed that in Shopee, I know you guys are well aware of, ada ring light. So dalam era korang ni, banyak guna ring light tu letak dekat telefon lah untuk ambil gambar nampak clear and smooth kan. Okay, next. However, fashion photography has its own rule and style. You should have a stellar eye for beauty to create a classic image. So apa yang dimaksudkan oleh Bruce Hulse ni, he's a fashion photographer. Untuk mengambil gambar yang menarik, yang bombastik ni, korang perlu ada satu pandangan yang ekstra berkenaan dengan beauty untuk menghasilkan karya yang hebat. Okay, salah satu perkara yang among the items that I believe most of the journalists use are photo quality enhancer. So in our case, we've all learned Adobe Photoshop. And I'm not sure if you've learned Adobe Lightroom ni. So basically, Adobe Lightroom ni, dia adalah software di mana kita boleh edit lighting gambar tu. Kita boleh ubah warna. So it's worth checking out. Photoshop ni semua tahu. Sekejap. And other enhancing photo apps. So basically, I'm sure you guys know dekat dalam telefon masing-masing tu ada apps apa yang sesuai untuk buat korang nampak pakai makeup. If you know, I think you all know, ada beberapa apps di mana dia naturally buat muka tu jadi nampak cantik, terus bermakeup. And a lot of influencers uses it to make content. Seperti ini, this is Pixelmator. So one app that they use to edit their picture is Pixelmator. There's a lot of apps. Guna apa yang korang rasa mudah untuk diri korang. Tapi usually a professional journalist would use Photoshop or Lightroom. Tengok, this is the before picture and this is the after picture. Yang ni menggunakan Photoshop. So beauty is something editable. Bermaksud semua orang boleh jadi cantik dengan adanya teknologi ni dan dengan knowledge yang betul. Again, so this is the original, and to make the model look stand out, if you look, dia kecilkan lagi size ni. Tengok dia punya curve. And then the depth of the six pack tu dia buat lagi dalam. Tengok dia punya lighting kat sini lebih terang. So I want you to do this. When you take a picture, I want you to use the technologies out there to enhance your photo. Again, this picture. This is the before picture, before, and this is the after picture. Kalau korang perasan ni, the actual picture, the model is wider, and then the after effect, dia telah mengecilkan size model ini. So this is reality. So don't trust whatever you see on the cover magazine and stuff. It's editable. Next, Angelina Jolie. See, this is her before picture. She did have a couple of freckles if you look, but on this picture it's silky smooth. And if you look at the eyes, the pupil, they've darkened it, and they've even inserted these darker rings beside her eyes and her eyebrow. Even though the shape is the same, but they've somehow made it darker. Okay, and the lips, this one is bigger, this one is smaller. So to be a good fashion journalist, you need to have an eye for this kind of things. You need to see where it needs to, you know, amplify or de-style your thing. Okay, I need to click that. Kalau tak, kawan awak boleh masuk. Okay, so next. So among I've insert tutorials if you want to use Adobe Photoshop or Lightroom. So the tutorial is here. It's okay. I'm gonna be giving all these slides in the eCampus, so you can access it. Okay. Okay, so why is fashion and photography important? So basically, it is to inform the products, the novelty, the latest issues, and to promote the products, to display clothing, beauty, and other fashion products, and as a content for magazine, social media, and etc. So I'm going to give you tips for photography. Number one is to be confident and self-assured. Showing signs of anxiety, stress, or lack of direction will invariably be reflected in the performance of your model. So make the subject feel comfortable and involved. So maksudnya di sini adalah you as a photographer, as a journalist, you need to somehow tenangkan model korang tu supaya dia tidak rasa stres apabila gambar tu dia ambil. If needed, buat lawak ke, tengok cerita lawak ke, because this needs to be captured in the emotion when the picture is captured. And number two is the compatibility between clothes, makeup, and etc. For example, if you desire a provocative or seductive look, then opt for dark, heavy makeup and overstyled hair. And alternatively, for an innocent or natural feel, choose subdued pastel tones, gentle makeup, and soft flowing hair styles. So what it means here is, kalau korang nak penampilan yang daring, yang menceritakan sesuatu kisah yang menakutkan ataupun yang romantik ke apa ke, guna makeup yang gelap, makeup yang tebal, dan rambut yang over, rambut yang warna merah ataupun rambut yang terpacak sana sini ke. Tu salah satu tip. Dan oppositely, kalau korang nak muka innocent, nak capture gambar yang nampak very soft, guna makeup yang soft coloured, dan guna tone yang lembut-lembut. Rambut pun kena flow nicely je. Kalau case kita ni pakai tudung kita janganlah tudung keras tu, make it flowy, make it something that's soft. Okay, and the next tip is, a studio is an ideal place to perform a fashion shoot because photographers can easily control lighting and stabilize condition. So in our case, kita tidak ada studio photography. It's possible to create one, but it's okay. We'll ditch this one. And tips number 4 is getting the right location is important if you want to convey a narrative within your shot. For example, if the clothing and beauty styling are edgy, hard or provocative, you may want to consider an urban setting. Otherwise, spring or summer and natural fashion, find a rural environment like a field, meadow, beach, woodland and riverbanks. So another tips is, apabila kita nak mengambil gambar tu, kita kena cari environment yang sesuai dengan cerita yang kita cuba sampaikan. Sebagai contoh, katakanlah korang nak promote tudung yang korang pakai tu. So tudung tu perlu cari background yang sesuai. Dalam kes paling mudah adalah cari background yang flat coloured. Kalau korang nak nampakkan model korang edgy, carilah background yang warna dark. But if you want your model to look soft and likable, go for something softer, pastel color. So this will really help. Ataupun macam case ni dia kata nak pergi ke pantai ke, it doesn't really work right now sebab kita dalam zone COVID-19 ni, jadinya will work with what we have. Okay. Interesting ni, saya saja letak gambar ni. This was a picture of me capturing the image. So basically tahun 2016 saya pergi ke Norway tau. Dan Norway ni adalah satu negara kaya. Macam mana nak cerita? So once kita orang naik flight turun dekat dia punya bandar tu, and then we took the train ride to this tempat ni, nama dia Trondheim. Kejap, Trondheim. Okay, so Trondheim ni sebab saya ada conference kat situ tau. The people there, dia ada bahasa dia sendiri, but they do speak a bit of English. So kalau korang boleh teka SALG ni apa? Saya ambil gambar ni sebab ada SALG ni. Siapa boleh teka? SALG ni adalah sale. SALE dalam bahasa kita. SALE. Saya duduk lalu dekat dia punya kedai. Ini kedai tau. Kedai dia orang dalam bentuk rumah. Semua building dekat sana very very cute. So semua tempat saya pergi waktu tu ada SALG ni. Kata apa benda SALG ni? So I googled it. Dia punya sale. Bahasa dia panggil apa, salt ke apa, I'm not sure lah. Tapi so basically the fashion is everywhere. Shoot it. Ambil gambar. Kalau korang nampak benda tu yang menarik sikit je, ambil gambar. Masuk dalam portfolio korang. Dekat sana juga saya jumpa ada satu basikal ni, dia knit. Dia letak dekat basikal dia. I find it very interesting. So basically Norway ni adalah negara kaya. Jadinya dia appreciate more on the handicraft yang diperbuat daripada tangan ni. Dan dekat sana basikal you letak kat mana pun orang takkan curi. Negara kaya ni memang kes kecurian dia rendah lah. Okay. So, life is like a camera. Focus on what's important, capture the good times, and if things don't work out, delete and take another shot. So basically, dekat sini apa yang saya nak sampaikan adalah dunia kita ni adalah satu tempat persinggahan di mana akan ada waktu sedih, ada waktu yang gembira. Kalau kita berada dalam keadaan yang tidak gembira tu, delete je benda tu. Move on, take another shot. Tak payah sedih lama sangat. Okay. Okay, so your job is to find a famous photographer. It can be from local, Malaysia or international. And I would like you to study on his or her artwork and replicate their photography style on your own captured photo. Just one photo and the edited photo is to be placed beside each other, like the ones I showed you in the previous slides. Have fun. Okay, so sekarang ni apa yang saya nak awak buat adalah, okay, contoh macam ni. Korang cari satu fotografer, jurnalis, tengok dia punya kerja dia macam mana. So lepas dapat tahu sedikit sebanyak work dia orang, saya nak korang edit, gunalah software ataupun apps apa yang korang nak guna, and dekat atas satu A4 tu label lah yang ni before, oh this is hard, after. Okay, I want you to put the original picture that you captured on the left and the edited picture on the right. Dekat bawah ni tulis korang punya nama dan nombor student number, and on the left side tulis jenis fotografer yang korang nak buat jadi sebagai your idol. Katakanlah Mark Rotho. Korang perasan tak ataupun pernah tak dengar ada seorang, I think she's Iranian. Let me open my picture lah sekejap. Okay, ada satu famous Instagram, I don't know. She's famous in social apps lah. So basically, dia suka edit muka dia macam Angelina Jolie. Di mana dia buat muka dia macam hantu, macam sakit macam tu. So basically, if you choose macam style tu untuk dijadikan preference, gambar yang korang edit pun kena menggambarkan ke arah tu. Gambar yang dark, gambar yang spooky. Ataupun kalau korang, just say you choose a Korean journalist. Korean journalist ni dia suka benda tu nampak kulit muka licin bak telur. So you need to edit your picture the same as the photographer or the journalist that you intended to follow.